Hello there, friends. It's the Sunday morning spread from Cards of Light for the week of April 13th, 2025. Brian Noe with you once again this week. Thank you for joining me at our tarot table here for our look into what the cards have to say to us for the week to come. Let's take a moment, as we always do, to kind of quiet our minds, get centered in the body. Just a few soft breaths here. We are looking at the 4 dimensions of our lives this time around, as we usually do on Sunday. And in the physical dimension, we have the 4 of discs. Let me move these back a little. In the social emotional, we have the Fool. In the mental dimension, the Queen of Discs. And in the spiritual dimension, the Devil. Ooh. Run, it's the devil. Okay. I want to start singing that Van Halen song now, but I will spare you. All right. Okay, over here in the physical dimension, we've got the 4 of discs. And discs, of course, are the cards of the earth, the cards of the physical aspects of our lives. And 4s are the cards of stability. So coming as this card does here in the physical dimension of our lives, it is saying to me that we've got a good, strong foundation, whether this is talking about financial aspects of our lives or physical health, physical environment. We've got something to build on here. We've got some stability, and we've got some strength there to build on. And what I would do is maybe today or over the next couple of days, take a look at the things that are going well and the things that we can build on. Been a lot of anxiety lately I'm seeing from folks, especially when it comes to finances right now. And rightly so, with everything that's going on in the world. But it's easy in all of that to just sort of feel at loose ends and to not recognize our strengths and to not build on those strengths. So we need to very consciously this week take a look at those things. Take a look at the stuff that is a good base to build on. Make sure we protect that base, make sure that we hang on to what we've got, but also concentrate on building and working from our strengths and not kind of grasping at stuff or trying to move too fast. Slow, incremental, but stable progress is what we want. Whether this is financial or physical, I think that advice would remain the same. Okay, over here we have the Fool. And a major card here in the social emotional aspects of our lives. And this card has popped up a lot lately, it seems like. It is the card of the Holy Fool that stumbles through life without much of a care towards practical considerations, but seems to somehow, things work out, seems to almost be protected by divine providence or something along those lines. It is the card of leaping before you look sometimes. And so that can be a warning to not do that. It can be kind of a way of saying, hey, you're getting into an area here where you maybe should be cautious. But I think not this time around. And I think that this I'm getting an intuitive sense that this is about a relationship. I don't know if it's a romantic relationship or what, but some kind of relationship somebody's dealing with that they really want to move forward and develop that relationship, but they're hesitant for some reason. And I think this card is not a warning to slow down. It is saying, go ahead and jump. I'm not saying that the relationship will work out, but everything works out the way it's supposed to in the long run, right? And so we either have good experiences or we have experiences. Anyway, I think that this card is saying, go right ahead, everything's going to be fine. So, okay, up here in the mental dimension of our lives, we have the Queen of Discs. And so, two discs cards over here on the left of our little diagram. The Queen of Discs is the card of hearth and home and hospitality, taking care of others. Crowley says about this card, the sun shines on only one side of her face. So think about the planet Earth and how that is true. But think about that nurturing, steady energy of the Earth as it orbits the sun and as it rotates on its axis and holds us all to the ground here. That's the energy of this card. In the mental dimension of our lives, we need some wise feminine influence this week. And so this could be getting the advice and guidance of a trusted older woman. If you have someone like that in your life, you might want to be looking for that person to enter your life this week. And if that is not the case, we all could spend some time, maybe read a biography of Jane Goodall, take a look at another strong woman from history and learn a little bit about them this week. This is telling me, though, that we need that sort of energy in the mental dimension of our lives. So this is about learning, growing, understanding, and intellectual pursuits. And so go out and find that however you can, however you feel most comfortable. Okay, up here in the spiritual dimension, we have the devil. And this is the major card of Capricorn. So we've got this goat, and think about how a goat behaves. It just bounds into everything, knocks over everything, eats whatever it wants, screws whatever it wants. It's just madly consuming everything in its path. And so in the spiritual dimension of our lives, this could be a warning off of some of those behaviors this week. We need to maybe rein in our consumerism a little bit. Maybe if it's something that you don't really need, resist the temptation to buy just for the dopamine rush. Also, though, this is the card of creative energy and very powerful creative energy. And if you look at the card, I think you can see that. And I'm getting an intuitive sense that this is about somebody that's just about ready to burst because they have something that they want to share with the world, and they haven't been able to do that yet. This is the week to move forward on, or to begin to move forward anyhow, on a creative project like that. Also, if you have always thought to yourself, well, one of these days I'll take a watercolor class, or, one of these days I'll learn to play piano. Or one of these days I'm going to get around to writing that great American novel, something along those lines. Or it could be as simple as, I really wanted to redecorate this one room. I wanted to set up an altar space, something that is creative energy waiting to be expressed. And you've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. And so now is the time. This week, make some concrete progress of some sort on that, whatever it is for you. I'm not really seeing a huge, overarching story in these four cards. They seem to be sort of contained in their little silos here. But maybe I'm just not seeing it. Maybe you are. If that's the case, if you see kind of a coherence between the energies or the stories that these cards are telling or anything that I've said, please let me know. Or if these cards are resonating with you somehow, or if you've got questions either about this spread or about the tarot in general or anything else, please feel free to get in touch. You can either leave comments here on the video, or you can pop out to the weblog at atarotjourney.com and find my contact information there. I am going to be back on Tuesday with another essay or commentary about the Thoth Tarot and why I use these cards. Lots of people consider this deck to be kind of dark, kind of negative, kind of spooky. And I don't find it to be that way. But I realize that there is a little bit of irony in using Crowley's deck with a channel called Cards of Light. But for me, that's not about, Cards of Light is not so much about happy cards that make me happy when I see them, cards that make me feel comfortable, but really about whether or not the cards can illuminate, can bring that light into my life. And this deck does that for me. So be bringing that video out on Tuesday. I would love for you to take a look at it and let me know what you think once you see it. We'll also be back for Thursday for our 3-card Thursday for next weekend. And I've still got my daily draws happening in YouTube Shorts. So lots of stuff going on in this channel. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already. And if you wouldn't mind, before you go, click the thumbs up to like this video. Share it with anybody else that you think might enjoy it as well. I think that will do it for me for this time. And we will see you around this week. And in the meantime, I wish you peace. Take care of yourself.